Hi, it's Ali here, and I'm with Kerry. Hi, Kerry.
Hiya, Ali.
So, we are episode 2 of our Helping Women 40 Plus Beauty on the Inside and Out. And we have a couple of questions each. A couple are from people that have been watching us and have just got some questions, and a couple that we're asked quite a lot. So, far away, Kerry. I think you've got my first question.
Yes, I sure do. So, somebody has asked
Mhm.
about how important sleep is for our bodies and our minds.
This is a big one on one of helping women with life coaching. So many people are struggling with sleep these days. And I think, especially women, that we're at a certain age with the menopause, as you know, hot flashes,
Yes.
mind fog, and just not feeling ourselves. And I also think today's society, we've got very overactive minds, worry a lot, lots going on, and our brains just don't know how to switch off. So,
Mhm.
yes, sleep is a massive problem. So, sleep is vital, and it's not just vital for us physically, it's vital for us mentally. So many people are suffering with mental health issues, and if we don't have the right amount of sleep, it can really affect our mood. And then physically, it can affect things like heart disease, type 2 diabetes. And if we're tired, we make the wrong food choices. And so many women are struggling with their weight, and sleep is connected. There's been a lot of research on this now. So,
Mhm.
how much sleep do we need? We need between 7 and 9 hours. And recent studies have shown that we're on average getting around 6 hours. So, it's nowhere near enough. And it's not just about how much sleep we get, it's the percentage of sleep that's the deep sleep. So we have deep sleep, which is good for us physically, it helps our body repair. And then we have REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement. And that sleep actually helps with our minds, with mood setting, just laying down everything that's happened in the day into our minds properly. So if we only get 6 hours sleep and it's a percentage that's the really good sleep, then we're not getting enough. So what can we do about it? Well, I suppose the main thing is to get into a good routine. We all have a sleep and wake cycle, and this cycle is really, really important. And it's called the circadian rhythm. And we all have our own rhythm. So I don't know, would you say that you're a night owl or are you a lark? You get up early in the morning.
Okay, my rhythms changed actually over the years. So when I was younger, I was definitely a night owl
Mhm.
and get up late in the morning. But as I've got older, I go to bed earlier and I get up early. I like to be
Okay,
up early now. So
great.
yeah, my
Yeah.
pattern's changed.
And that's the same with me. I've always been go to bed quite early and get up early, but people do change. If we both went to bed, midnight and then got up at 9, our natural rhythm would be so out of sync. We would feel
Yeah.
really lethargic, horrible. It would affect what we eat. We'd be falling asleep on the settee before we went to bed, and then when we went to bed, we'd be wide awake. It would mess us up. So it's really
Mhm.
important to get the rhythm that's right for you. And then it's really going back to when we're 5 and 6, we need a routine big time. So, if you're watching, a sort of quite violent, loud, bright TV, or you're on your iPad for ages, etc., your mind is going to be wired up. It's not good for sleep. So, when it comes to our bedroom, we need to make sure that the temperature of our room is right. 18 degrees or less is just perfect for sleep. And also declutter the room. Don't have TVs, iPads, etc. in there. Make sure you have a really comfortable bed. I know that sounds really basic, but it's really important. Your pillows,
Mhm.
everything is just comfortable, ready for you to, when you lay your head on the pillow, you feel comfortable, feel relaxed, and you want to go to sleep. You have to remember, really, your bedroom should only be for two things, and that's sleep and sex. Nothing else. It's not there to watch a movie till 3 in the morning, because your brain is going to associate the room with watching TV, not going to sleep.
I think it's harder for us nowadays because on our phones and iPads, there's social
Mm.
media and there's Netflix and there's so many things available to do now that,
Yes,
like back in the day, I think I'd go to a book and I'd read, and that would definitely send me to sleep.
yes,
Anywhere I read, I fall asleep. Yeah, so I think, like you just said, we form these patterns that just keep we know they're
Totally.
wrong, but we find social media and that a bit more exciting than going to sleep.
And do you have an alarm clock, or do you use your phone?
I use my phone as my alarm.
Yeah, and this is a problem. It's next to us, and
Totally.
a cheap alarm clock from Amazon is a few pounds. Buy one and move your phone out of the way, even if it's on a windowsill away from you, because at least then in the morning when the alarm does go off, if you do want to look at your phone, you get up and you're out of bed and you get going.
And I find having my phone next to me, I can be nearly asleep and then it go beep beep. Someone sent me a message and I'm like, shall I look at it? Shan't I? Shall I? Shan't I?
Exactly.
And more often than not, I'm so tired, but I'll still check who it is, and
put it on night mode, so it's just the the really important people that parents or something like that they need to get hold of you, but put it on night mode and leave it, forget it. It's about going to sleep. And another thing about having an overactive mind, sometimes you lay there and then something will pop into your head and you go, oh no, I've got to do this tomorrow, and then you lay there thinking, I mustn't forget. I have a little notepad by the side of my bed, and if anything pops into my head, I write it down, I forget about it, and then I go to sleep.
It's a good idea.
And if you are someone that still struggles, listen to an audiobook, meditation, hypnosis, something like that. It stops your mind thinking about, I've got to sleep. It just takes it off to something else, and then you naturally fall asleep. If you're someone that wakes up in the middle of the night, especially if you're going through the menopause and you have a hot flush and it's like you're struggling to go back to sleep, to either just relax your mind, some deep breathing, go to your happy place, a lovely beach or somewhere you love to go, or just to get, meditation, hypnosis, or even put your audiobook on sort of like a 20-minute sort of timer, just to listen to it for a short time, just to help you drift off, because the worst thing you can do is start then worrying that you're not going back to sleep, worrying about the next day, and then you're not going to. Just one final thing I want to say is I've just purchased a light alarm, and they are amazing. So you can set it that when you first go to bed, that it's a nice, very sort of warm orange light, and you can set it for half an hour, and then the room just gets slightly darker, and it's just a really nice natural way of falling asleep. And then the same in the morning, half an hour before your alarm, the light starts to come on and it just gets lighter and lighter and lighter. And I'm finding now I'm actually waking up maybe 10 minutes after the light has started to increase, and I wake up feeling much more energized. So I will put some details in the notes, because I find that amazing, and I'm getting up now 5:30 every morning without a problem, and my sleep, I would say, is definitely better. So they're my tips for sleep. I hope that helps.
Yeah, brilliant, Ellie. I think that really helps. I think we get into patterns where we just don't know how to fix our sleep issues, and then it just escalates. So yeah, really nice top tips. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, I have a question now for you from someone that watched us last time, and that is, they would like to know some more information about fake tan. They're quite pale and they just don't know really where to start. So what advice could you give them?
Okay, well, I am a bit of a fake tan lover. So there's a few different options for people that like to have a tanned look to their skin. First of all, the obvious one is using sunbeds. You can go to a salon and go and lay on a sunbed that has lamps that give off UV rays, imitating the sun's rays, that will tan your skin. Obviously, you need to go regularly and quite a few sessions. Now, there's dangers with UV rays from the
I'm a bit scared of that sort of thing.
Yeah, I know. And I think you're wise to be honest, because there's other ways of staying brown without having to damage your skin with UV rays. I think personally, for me, the best way to stay brown is to use fake tan. So fake tan just is literally a product. I use a mousse that I put onto a mitt, and I just rub it on the areas that I want to be brown, which is my face, my hands, and my feet normally. And what I do is I literally just rub it into my skin, and it takes about 7 hours to develop. You can buy fake tans that can develop within like an hour, but I don't really have the time to wait an hour and then shower and stuff. So I do my fake tan at night, sleep with it on. It stains my skin cells throughout the night. And then when you wash it off in the morning, you've just got that nice golden glow going on.
Okay.
So for me, there's a huge range of products on the market that you can choose from, that range from like that suit your skin. So you can go for an orangier tan, or you can go for a more muddy looking tan. You can go light, medium, or dark. There's loads. You just have to play around and see what works best for your skin type.
Because I'm like that lady that, you know, I'm very pale skinned, and I suppose that's why fake tan does worry me a little bit. So, you know, it's nice to know there's different sort of color tones, if levels. You see what I mean.
Yeah. So obviously you need to go light and just see how it works. You can always test patch a little bit, you know. You can even go to like departmental stores and ask for samples, you know, and see, rather than spending 20-30 pound on a bottle of fake tan. So you can apply yourself, or you can go to a salon and they do spray tans, where somebody would literally spray your whole body with the fake tan. Perfect for if you're going on holiday or a special occasion or something like that. However, I've made a big mistake with fake tan going on holiday once, which I'll come to in a moment. What I need to tell you is, a lot of people ask, if you have a full fake tan coverage on your skin when you go on holiday, are you protected from the sun, and will you still get a suntan through that fake tan? And the answer is, you're not protected from the sun. You don't have any SPF protection with a fake tan on your skin. But what's nice is, if you go on holiday with a fake tan, with your skin brown, as you tan throughout your holiday period, the fake tan wears off and the sun is tanning your skin. So it's quite a nice transition. So you don't go laying on that sunbed looking like a ghost initially. But yeah, my mistake that I made is that I had a full fake tan, went on holiday. I had a little boy, my son was little at the time. He was in the public kids playing pool, and I sat on the edge of my knee, from the water coming up to my knees, just sat on the edge. Hours later, playing, I've got out of the pool, and chlorine bleaches your skin. So I had, it looked like white welly legs. Yeah, throughout the whole holiday, from my knees down, my skin was white, the rest of me was brown, and I didn't take my fake tan on holiday. So one of my top tips is, always take your fake tan on holiday with you. There's one more option of fake tanning, and that is where you can take tablets or capsules that work from the inside out. So they are basically food colouring. They're capsules that contain food colouring. And give it about 2 weeks, your body actually pushes that food colouring out through your skin. It tends to be more orangey in colour though. So I've never tried that. I don't fancy taking a capsule to make myself brown. But some people, if they wanted to look orange or like an Oompa Loompa, maybe that's a good option for you.
And it is an option, I suppose. Yeah.
So there's a few options on how to make yourself look a bit more golden, glowy, goddessy.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
So Ali, the next question I want to ask you is more from me, really. It's something that I've understood a little bit from you, but I'd like to learn a bit more. So I know that the language that we use, or the words that we speak, are really important on how we live our lives or how we react to things. Would you be able to just talk a little bit about how important the languages and the use of words are?
Yeah, okay. I mean, it is. I mean, the words we use actually create our world. So you're right, they are really, really important. And not just our world, it actually changes and is a structure of our beliefs, our actions, our values, and it's stuff from childhood. I'm sure there must be words and phrases that your parents used and you're now hearing yourself say them to your own children.
Yes.
So, you know, they do make who we are. And, you know, it can either create us or destroy us to a certain degree, because you might have someone that actually is really kind to themselves, and, you know, if they make a mistake, they just think to themselves, oh, well, next time it'll be okay. And then you have other people that they make a mistake and they're calling themselves stupid, idiot. And, you know, if you're saying that to yourself all the time, you're not going to feel good about yourself. The words that we use internally are actually more important than what we use externally, because we're with ourselves 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. So if we're just repeating all the time that we're stupid, we can't do things, it's like really putting yourself in front of the news all day, every day. You're going to feel awful. So yeah, we do make our reality with our words. And I hear so many people say to me, oh, you know, I'm never lucky. You know, it always happens to me. I've tried everything. And we've got to be careful about the words that we use, because actually you've never ever had any luck, all of your life, and you've tried everything, you mean you've tried every single thing? We have to be careful on what words we use, because we are creating that world that we believe we're in.
So would you say that your mind is quite literal with the words that you use? So say I've done something, I go, oh, Kerry, you're such an idiot, which I wouldn't say to myself, but if I did, go, oh, made a mistake, oh, you're such an idiot. Would my brain hear you're an idiot?
Yes.
Even though emotionally I know that I'm not, but my brain
Yeah.
is hearing that word, so then it makes me somehow believe that I'm an idiot.
It depends. I mean, if you just say it once, then and you are quite a positive person, then it's just gonna, it's not gonna make much difference. But if you say it quite a lot to yourself, you will start to believe the words that you say. So it's much better to sort of say more empowering words. And I do get people saying, yeah, but it's not true if I say that. But then it's not true that you're an idiot either.
No, and you can always
can
replace a
choose.
bad word.
Yeah,
choose.
We choose to agree with a bad word, and then when someone says something nice, we sort of push it away.
Yeah.
But look at the facts more. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting. A lot of women that I speak to have been bullied as a child. And talking to them, the amount that it's affected their self-esteem, how they feel, and they use the bully's words still in their head and play it over and beat themselves up. Now, I can near enough guarantee that if I went and spoke to the person who was the bully and said, you bullied so-and-so when you were at school, they'd look at me and go, did I? It wouldn't mean much to them. But emotively, the words meant an awful lot to obviously the person being bullied. And it's not nice. But we label ourselves and say, I was bullied because I was stupid. I was bullied because I was ugly. I was bullied because I was different. But I can near enough guarantee 9 times out of 10, you were bullied because you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. You were bullied because they were trying to make themselves feel better. Now, if we twisted that and actually said, do you know something? It really hurt me, the words that they said, but the words are just words. And actually, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they were trying to make themselves feel better. If anything, I'm going to feel slightly sorry for that person, because obviously they were hurting too. And turn it around. It's not easy, but once you can master that and do that, thinking back on being bullied doesn't make you the victim anymore. It makes you part of a circumstance. You can give it a new story. And the story is empowering.
That's such a good thing to understand, because I think all of us have had situations where we've really taken on board someone's negative words.
I use this one quite a lot. So let's say there was a vase on the table, and it was quite a pretty vase. And I asked 10 people, what do you think of the vase? And 5 of them used positive words. 4 of them used neutral words. And then 1 person said it's absolutely hideous. Now, they're all different opinions. Does it actually make a difference to what the vase looks like and what it actually is? No. But as humans, people can say things to us and we choose not to take the compliments and think, oh, well, they're just being nice. And as soon as someone says something slightly negative, we take it on board and we wear it, and it changes who we believe we are. But it doesn't. It's like the vase. Words do not change it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
that's
change
a good
it.
analogy.
Yeah. Whatever anyone says to you, you have a choice. You can either react and go, oh, mad, or you can respond. So sometimes if someone says something that, you do find hurtful or is annoying, or they do something that annoys you, take a deep breath and think to yourself, how can I respond to this? Don't react. And that will make you a lot easier to deal with. And actually, you'll find that then the way they deal with you will be different.
Yeah, I think that's a really top tip, actually.
Okay.
It's hard in the moment to not react.
Very true, especially if it's your partner.
Just got to train our minds to do it.
We have.
Okay, you've answered that brilliantly. Thanks, Ali.
Thank you. And finally, my question to you is, have you got any sort of top tips, some easy things that we can do to help us look better as we age?
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's a number of tips that I could say, but I'll suggest just a few that I
Okay.
believe can really just just help.
Mhm.
Um, One major thing on a face are your eyebrows. Okay, so a lot of ladies, a lot of ladies, as we age, the hair gets thin and sparse on the eyebrow area.
Mhm.
So we lose that definition, and the importance of an eyebrow is major. They say it can be like a mini facelift.
Mm.
So if we've got no gap between our eyelid and our forehead, or no break rather between our eyelid and our forehead, we just look like an alien. We just look like we've got a massive forehead. We just look like we've got a massive forehead. And our eyes just sort of disappear. So I highly recommend that you pencil your eyebrows in. If you're
Okay.
unsure on how to do that, there are more semi-permanent, permanent options like microblading or tattooing of eyebrows, where
Mhm.
they will create your eyebrows for you. I think a problem with a lot of ladies is where they go thin and sparse, you don't know where to pencil or what to do with your eyebrows. So you
Mm.
end up sort of shadowing through the little wisps of hair that you've got going on. So a few quick short tips with an eyebrow shape is, don't have them too close together and don't start too hard. Keep them soft at the front.
Okay.
Your arch is your high point, okay? So
Mhm.
we want to try and open this part of the eyelid because that makes us look a bit more younger.
Okay.
So your arch is your high point. So just draw like a little line up to your arch and then pencil your tail in. Make sure your tail is never lower than the front bulb of your eyebrow, okay?
Oh.
And then you need to look at colour. So
Mhm.
we tend to keep our makeup that we used to wear in our 20s and 30s. So
Yeah.
we forget that our skin changes and our colouring changes as we age. So look at your
Mhm.
hair colour, look at your eyebrow hair colour, and as close as you can, sort of match between the two. I mean,
Mm.
I obviously dye my hair normally, lockdown hair going on at the moment, but normally
Mhm.
I'm quite blonde. But my
Mm.
eyebrow hairs are quite dark, but I just go for like a medium brown. So
Okay.
don't go black with your eyebrows because they will make you just look like slugs and like you have no
I
idea what
I
you're
was just going to
doing.
say that slugs.
So have a play around, or even go into a departmental store when we're allowed again,
Mhm.
and just ask one of the ladies there, like, how do I shape my eyebrows? And they're more
Yeah.
than happily show you what to do because they want to sell you their products.
Mm.
So eyebrows are a must on a face. Okay, so
Okay.
get your eyebrows in action. Another thing I think, like I just referred to, we look at our makeup in our makeup bag, and it's makeup from back in the day. So with regards to eyeliner, I used to wear black eyeliner when I was younger, but as I'm
Mhm.
getting older, I've softened my eyeliner colour. So I go for a charcoal or a grey or a soft brown,
Mm.
just because I think black will look, again, like the black eyebrows. People
Yeah.
just look at you and go, eyeliner, you know? So we just need to soften everything. You can still have it quite nice and dramatic if that's what you like to wear, but just soften the colour a little bit. Another thing that I really notice with aging skin is sunspots or liver spots or age spots, they're called. So these are brown spots that develop on our skin that look
Mm.
almost like a birthmark, that we've got through years of exposure to the UV rays from the sun. So you won't see young people with these pigment spots. It's nearly always older ladies.
Mm.
We get them on our face, on our chest, and on the back of our hands is quite a major. You
I
normally see
I
sort
had
of,
them on the right hand side of my face, and I think that was with driving a lot in the car.
yeah, where that
It was
sun's
just
coming
on
in
one
on my
side. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, I always, when I see age spots on hands, I think of really old ladies, you know, like granny hands.
All
So
right.
I think, oh, I got rid of mine. But they're such an easy, the treatment to remove these age spots is really easy. You
Mhm.
just go in and you have either a laser or a little freezing treatment done on them,
Okay.
quite reasonable in price. Get them removed. They're a massive sign of aging. So just get rid of those for starters.
Mm.
And quite often, if they're on the face, you're spending forever with foundation trying to cover them up, and you don't need to. Just go find look Google it and find somebody locally that can just get rid of your age spots for you. So I would say they are just a few quick and easy tips to help us look good for our years. Obviously there's other things, and maybe we can talk about that in another video, like more the plastic surgery route, Botox and fillers and stuff.
Your
But for
favourite.
now, my favorite. But for now, there's just a few things. I would say eyebrows, soften your makeup, get rid of your sunspots. They're
Perfect.
three top tips for today.
Oh,
All right.
thank you, Kerry. That's wonderful. Thanks very much. So I hope you found our couple of questions each and answers helpful. And as I said last time, if there's anything you'd like to know, just send us a direct message or put a message below, and we'll see if we can answer them for you. So we will do this again the beginning of next month. The first Sunday in every month is when we upload it to YouTube, and we look forward to talking to you then. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.